Many of us have probably been intrigued by the advertisements of each of these brands. You may have once asked yourself this question: what distinguishes Omega from Patek Philippe? Let us take a closer look and understand the differences between these two prestigious brands. In this video, we will compare these two brands from a variety of angles. Welcome to the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Omega is a brand known for producing excellent watches at a lower price point. The Speedmaster moonwatch, worn by NASA astronaut Buzz Aldrin while walking the lunar surface with Neil Armstrong in 1969, was largely responsible for the brand's success. They have wristwatches that have become iconic and received international acclaim. The Seamaster Diver 300M has been in every James Bond movie since Pierce Brosnan played the role in 007 GoldenEye in the 1990s. Omega is an outstanding watchmaker that you can compare to a high-end German sports car like Porsche, a sportier brand with incredible precision. On the other hand, Patek Philippe is considered to be one of the most prestigious luxury watch companies today. The brand has a unique reputation and has been around for a very long time. A watchmaker would be impressed by this brand, whereas a layperson would probably be impressed by an Omega. Patek Philippe is a high-end brand, comparable to the Rolls-Royce of watchmakers. In this comparison, Patek Philippe is unquestionably the more expensive brand. This brings us to the subsequent significant question: is it worth purchasing a Patek Philippe? If you spend 5 figures on an Omega watch, you might find that it has more features than a Patek Philippe of the same price. Keep in mind though that you won't get the prestige of the more expensive brand and the longevity in terms of resale value. The legendary Calatrava series is Patek Philippe men's watch with the lowest price tag available today, yet their most enduring timepiece. This is a mid-sized men's watch, and there is a growing trend toward larger watches. With a 36mm case, the smallest Calatrava will appear somewhat small on a thick wrist. It costs approximately $19,700 USD and is driven by a mechanical movement that has been meticulously crafted. A mid-sized Omega Constellation Quartz 35mm is an entry-level Omega men's watch that uses a battery-powered movement rather than a more expensive mechanical movement. The Omega DeVille Prestige has the lowest MSRP and will retail for approximately $3,600. If you're only interested in a mechanical watch like self-winding COSC certified chronometer, then you might want to consider this option. The most affordable women's Patek Philippe watches sell for more than $12,000 USD. This is the Patek Philippe 24 with battery-powered quartz movements. For Omega, the Omega DeVille Prestige 27.4mm is the women's watch with a quartz movement that costs only $2,400 USD and is currently Omega women's watch with the lowest price. The Patek Philippe watch is indeed the ideal watch brand if you intend to keep it for a long time or pass it on to an heir in the future. If you decide to sell a used Patek watch, it will typically bring you more money in the long run, as it's known for delivering a greater percentage of models that appreciate over time. There are many factors that influence a watch's resale value, including but not limited to the actual model of the watch itself, supply and demand, the condition of the watch, the warranty duration if applicable, and whether or not it comes with all original packaging and documents, including the warranty card. However, Patek Philippe will, on average, have a higher resale value than Rolex and typically comes in second place in this regard. And yes, we must emphasize once more that it's dependent on the model and other variables. In terms of durability, this varies widely by model, but we tend to see a greater number of watch enthusiasts using an Omega sports model like the Omega Seamaster as the ideal choice. Omega recently introduced their Sil-Force silicone balance springs, which are extremely durable materials that can protect the entire dial in the event of a shock. But how good really is a Patek Philippe? In honor of the brand's 175th anniversary a few years ago, Patek Philippe was given the title of the maker of the most complicated wristwatch for the numerous impressive horological innovations it has developed throughout its long history, the Grandmaster Chime. It's evident that this is a very limited edition designed for more museum display than for anyone's wrist. Patek Philippe Grandmaster Toll reference number 6300G highlighted 20 intricacies and contained 1,500 parts is the brand's most intricate watch. Without a doubt, a super high-end top-shelf model. This kind of complications are typically museum pieces that are rarely worn even by the richest of people. These are museum pieces that the general public can marvel on the innovation and creativity of the master watchmakers who developed them. How about Omega? How good are Omega watches? When it comes to high horology watches with a lot of complications, like the Patek Philippe 6300G mentioned earlier, Omega watches can't compare. However, these high horology watches, such as the one we mentioned by Patek Philippe, are not watches that one would wear on a daily basis. A more pragmatic and practical approach to horological innovation is one thing Omega does better than any other watchmaker in terms of craftsmanship and innovation. They produce watches that you would want to wear every day. If there's one thing that fights the enemy of all mechanical watches, that is the EMF or electromagnetic frequencies. EMF are magnetic waves that come from things that we use every day, like electronics, gadgets, cell phones, household appliances, televisions, computer monitors, and many more. You and your wristwatch almost certainly come into contact with them. Yes, mechanical calibers suffer greatly when they come into contact with EMFs, which cannot be avoided. Omega, on the other hand, has better EMF resistance than any other brand and has developed more innovative strategies for combating these harmful magnetic frequencies. Omega, with their many different watches in the Seamaster collection, has created a nice market where they can truly be appreciated in terms of professional diving watches. Some excellent examples include the well-liked Planet Ocean 600M and the less water-resistant but equally liked Seamaster 300M. Both of these are more waterproof than the equivalent Patek Philippe watch, the Aquanaut, which gives only 120 meters of water resistance and is too expensive only to lose it along the swim. Compared to Patek Philippe, Omega appears to be ahead of the curve when it comes to sports watches, probably due to the fact that a Patek is just a different watch. A Patek watch is more of a classic, refined dress watch for the most elegant men and women that it's a tool or everyday watch. This would be considered a different kind of watch to anyone who owns a Patek Philippe. On the other hand, some Omega professional diving watches have features like helium escape valves with much higher water resistance that is designed specifically for diving professionals. Omega's made significant advancements in the precision and accuracy of its watches in recent years. The label Master Coaxial Chronometer or Master Chronometer is now featured on many of the more recent models. After receiving a COSC certificate and the standard chronometer designation, these undergo additional testing by yet another third-party laboratory called MEDAS, making them significantly more precise than even COSC-certified chronometers. Compared to many luxury watch brands, Patek Philippe watches are also very accurate, but they do not meet the requirements of a master chronometer. It also does not meet the requirements of a $10 quartz watch powered by batteries. Although it may seem like an irony, the truth is that mechanical watches are primarily used to inform people that you've made it in life rather than simply showing the time. Having an expensive watch on your wrist makes a statement about your social class and financial situation. Some people wait months, sometimes even years to purchase high-end Patek Philippe watches. Their demand is greater than their delivery, and this strategy helps maintain the brand's exclusivity. This means that Patek doesn't make nearly as many different watch models as Omega does, and it doesn't even come close to putting out as many watches each year as Omega does. This enables Patek to maintain the high value of each item. Perfection is hard to quantify, but watches like the 5170P shows that Patek Philippe approaches its creations without considering the cost. While the Patek Philippe is unquestionably superior, the Omega's movement is exceptional for its price. And that's it for this video. So, tell us your thoughts. Which of these two luxury brands would you go for? We are looking forward to reading your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. This is the luxury world, and we will see you on the next one.